Hi and welcome back to A Window to the North. My name is Sara. I love to travel and I love the nomadic lifestyle. I'm here to talk to you about and provide you as much information as possible about this lifestyle so that you can pursue it yourself. And for this purpose, today I'm starting to take a look at digital nomad visas. Namely, the first one that we will be looking at today is the one to Croatia. Now, as I have said in my video about how to save money by becoming a digital nomad, which is linked up here and down below, everything I always talk about, all the resources that I can find for you guys are always linked down below, so check out the description after the video. As I have said in my video about digital nomadism and how to save money, digital nomad visas have basically popped up out of the ground since the pandemic, and Croatia is one of the ones that has been established in Europe, which is the first continent that we'll be looking at when it comes to digital nomad visas. So today I'll introduce Croatia to you and we'll look a little closer at the digital nomad visa, so the prerequisites, the costs and the benefits. If that is something that you think is interesting to you, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscription button and click the little bell. That way you'll know whenever I upload new videos, which typically is on Wednesdays and Sundays, and give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. So the Croatian digital nomad visa has actually been established in 2001 with the purpose of attracting talent to Croatia to settle there for 1 year, for the duration of 1 year, and through spending their money, buffer or help the economy, particularly after or since the pandemic. During the pandemic, the country has lost a lot of income on tourism, which it usually has relied on. If you think you've never really heard about Croatia or you don't know a lot of Croatia, you have most likely seen it, however, because Croatia is the backdrop of Game of Thrones. So Game of Thrones has been filmed in Croatia, which is kind of the biggest advertisement for Croatia already, because that the nature is just gorgeous. It's just jaw-dropping. It is also very popular with digital nomads. One reason for it being that it borders on a lot of other countries that are also quite popular with digital nomads, such as, for example, Slovenia, Hungary, Serbia, Bosnia-Herzegovina. So all of these are basically also upcoming digital nomad destinations because the cost of living is still quite low, but the countries are, growing, developing, having a rich culture, and Croatia is kind of in the middle of that, which makes it a great starting point if you, like I always advertise, kind of want to slow travel and therefore slowly nomad from one place in that area to the next. Other than that, Croatia has a mild climate, it has a beautiful coastal line and amazing Mediterranean food. It's, again, coastal line, so there's a lot of fresh seafood, there's a lot of olive oil, there's a lot of good wine. So for me, personally, again, this depends on your personal preferences, but for me that's already, hitting a lot of bonuses on the list: good food, warm weather and the sea, and I'm happy. In the popular digital nomad destinations such as Zagreb, Split or Zadar, cost of living will be approximately around 1,000 euros. However, you could probably make do with less if you really wanted to. Prices for particularly accommodation might go up during tourist season, but if you arrive in an off season, for example, and you secure accommodation for an entire year, there's a good chance that you can negotiate a more stable kind of rent. Because Croatia is so reliant on tourism and is so used to tourism, you have a few benefits. One is that English is widely spoken. Two is that there's a lot of tours, day trips. The tourism infrastructure is very advanced, so you have a lot of tours, you have a lot of easy ways to travel by bus, by train, by plane, in and out of the country, in the country, to the country, and all around it. I will, like I said, for everything and anything, link resources down below if that is something that you're interested in. But again, the means of exploring Croatia as a country while staying there or its neighboring countries are there and are quite easy, which makes it a hassle-free way to stay there. Moreover, because it is so popular with digital nomads, it has also developed a good digital nomad infrastructure. It has great internet, it has a lot of cafes, a lot of restaurants, a lot of co-working spaces, and even its first digital nomad village where you really are in the community of digital nomads, so where you can live, co-work and do activities together. And this village is located in Zadar. Of course, particularly the capital of Croatia, Zagreb, is filled with nightlife, restaurants, and feeling of a bustling metropole, so that if that is something that you're into, you definitely have that there. You could of course also stay in smaller regions or smaller villages where your cost of living would be a lot cheaper. Let's get into the details of the visa. It is valid for 1 year, and one big benefit right away, it is tax exempt. So you will not have to be worried about being double taxed in Croatia and your home country. You will have to apply for the visa online, which will cost you around 60 euros, and the processing time is relatively quick, I feel, with about a 20-day waiting time. The prerequisites of the visa, or what you will need, is a valid passport that is valid of course for the entirety of your stay. You will need to prove health insurance. You will need to prove a residence in Croatia, and you will need to prove that you have a regular income of 2,300 euros per month. You are also not allowed to work either for a Croatian company or have Croatian clients. Background of this obviously is that while they want to invite people to, help the economy, they don't want the same people to take jobs out of the market. Now, if you followed me for a while, you know that I have kids and that I am a big believer in travel also being exceptionally beneficial for kids, and how we shape their view of the world and expand their mindset. And this is one of the absolutely cool things about the Digital Nomad Visa to Croatia. You are allowed to take family, kids, partner with you. So if you are somebody that has a family and kids and would like to embark on the digital nomad lifestyle, this could be a country for you to do that. You would have to have an extra 90 euros a month per additional person that follows with. So you would have to prove an extra 90 euros of income per month. But school children actually even get to visit the school system in Croatia. They will be integrated into the school system and get 70 hours of Croatian language course while they are there to make their integration easier. And as somebody who has visited a school in my childhood with my mother abroad and learned English as a second language quite early, I can tell you that learning a new language, living abroad and learning a new language does wonders for the language learning centers. See, maybe not, maybe it doesn't do it, but I thought that it does a lot for the language learning centers in your brain. Here is my experience on living abroad as a kid, if that is something that is interesting to you. Alternatively, if you don't feel like you would like to put your kids into the Croatian school system, Croatia also has a lot of international schools. Most of them are located in Zagreb, but there is also one in Split, for example. So if you are a family thinking about digital nomadism, Croatia might be the place for you. Additionally, Croatia will also check that you have a clear criminal record. Another absolutely fantastic thing about the Digital Nomad Visa to Croatia is that it can be renewed. Now, this is particularly interesting if you have seen my video to the Schengen area, or to explaining the explanation of the Schengen area up here and as always down below, because Croatia is a part of the Schengen area and a part of the European Union. If you stay in Croatia for 5 consecutive years, you can apply for Croatian residency, which then opens up the path to applying for Croatian citizenship. Now, the benefit of Croatian citizenship and Croatia being part of the European Union is that that is a way for you to, within 5 years, attain a EU passport, which means that with a European Schengen area passport, you can live, work, settle, travel anywhere within the 26 countries of the Schengen area without residency, without any hassle, just like if it were your own country. So that's another really big benefit of this visa. If I have now made you curious about potentially considering Croatia as a long or short-term destination for you as a digital nomad, check out this video up here where I have gone into even more personal detail of what to consider when picking your location. Other than that, if this video was valuable for you, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope I'll see you here next time. Keep exploring. Bye bye.